This is ESPR Boxing. Delighted to be joined by former world title challenger Matt Macklin. Matt, good to have you back on the channel. How are things?
Yeah, good mate, good. Looking forward to this fight.
Yeah, of course. Massive fight, massive press conference. Don't want to take up too much of your time. We just want to go through a quick couple of topics. How big does this feel to you? It feels like FROCH GROVES 2S, which was at Wembley Stadium, but does this feel bigger than that, smaller, around the same?
I mean, I don't think it has the same significance in world, but I don't think it doesn't have the same significance in the sense that, that was Carl FROCH was the world champion. It was on the line. You know what I mean? FROCH was, I think, Groves was seen certainly in the first fight a big underdog. Obviously, it was stopped prematurely, and then we got the controversy, and then we get the rematch, and it was a fight that they didn't really necessarily initially think was pay-per-view worthy. Then all of a sudden it becomes this super fight, selling at Wembley Stadium and a huge pay-per-view. Basically captured the imagination of everyone because of the first fight. I think with this fight, because you got two guys that are both sons of legends in British boxing who fought each other and whose rivalry probably stands above and beyond anyone else's rivalry in British boxing. You've got this, it's 30 odd years. This has been going on for, I'm from Birmingham, and their first fight was up the road in the NEC from where I'm from, and it was on a Sunday night on terrestrial television. Probably 2/3 of the population watched that fight live. I remember there being a show a couple of days or a week before, I think it aired, saying the best of enemies, and everyone was talking about it. I was only 8 years old, and that's one of my earliest memories. And I remember the buzz and the excitement of older family members all talking about it, because you had two polar opposite characters as well as their styles in the ring. They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and what's in the cat's in the kitten, and genetics travels through, don't they? Ginger cats have ginger cats, and that has happened. Not just in terms of the styles as fighters, but I think as their personalities as men. So when you throw all that into the mix, I think that FROCH GROVES was a bigger fight in terms of significance of boxing. But I think if you're looking at from a UK point of view as a commercial event, certainly for the crossover to the casual fan, I think this is probably bigger. This is my second time here at Spurs. The first time was for Anthony Joshua against Usyk in the first fight. That was a huge fight between two stars in the heavyweight division. And I'm here today, and I can honestly tell you, this has probably got as much of a media frenzy.
I appreciate you going into that all that detail, Matt. Eubank here is a slight favourite with the bookies. Do you think that's justified? He's obviously that natural middleweight. Were you expecting him to be the slight favourite? Do you expect him to be a bigger favourite, perhaps?
I think he has to be the favourite. He's the middleweight. He's the guy, and the guy proven at middleweight, and has the better resume in the people that he's fought. He's been up at super middleweight against a big puncher in George Groves. He's always had solid whiskers. Probably his best asset. Obviously, there's question marks over where that is now. As you get older, your punch resistance isn't going to be what it once was, and he got dropped, badly hurt, and stopped by Liam Smith, who, as good a fighter as Liam Smith is, it wouldn't be known as a particularly hard one-punch banger. So, when you look at that, there are question marks over his durability now. I'm going to have to shoot him.
You're going to go. Matt Macklin, thank you very much for your time.
Cheers. Bye.